Hello guys, I'm back. For today, I would like to make a video to answer the questions from my GED notes videos. And I'm hoping I can help more people who are planning on taking the GED test. But first of all, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. I took my GED test last January to February here in Kansas. I don't want to brag, but I am so proud of myself when I passed them all. Not very proud that it took me three takes for social studies and science, that I thought it was the easiest of the four. But again, English is not my first language, so I forgive myself for that. And then it took me 2 times for the math, which I gave a thumbs up for myself for that, because math was not easy. And then 2 thumbs up for my English RLA, because so surprised that it took me 1 take for that, because of a lot of reading on it. It's like there were at least 3 to 8 paragraphs, 2 to 4 questions out of that. So 2 thumbs up for me for passing the RLE English just in 1 take. I was so lucky to get more easy questions out of English test, but still I was so happy. It was not a high score, like just enough to pass. Okay, here are some questions. Number 1 questions: is there going to be an extended response in social studies? No, not anymore. They removed the extended response since March 1, 2016. And I waited for that time to come, because it was not a very long time ago. I took mine last February, and by March they erased the extended response, so I just missed like 3 weeks. Number 2 questions: in social studies, should I focus most in US government? And I should say no. Not only in US government you should study. You should study for 4 main topics of social studies: on civic and government, US history, economics, and geography and the world. That is 4 main topics for social studies. And don't forget, there are some maths on social studies, and you can bring your calculator for it. Okay, number 3 questions: can you tell me about the GED test? Well, there's a lot of things to tell about, but I was just making this short video. If I tell you all about it, it's a long video, so here's a little bit of it. As everybody knows, there are 4 subjects: math, social studies, science, RLA, English reasoning language. And in English through language reasoning, the time is 2.5 hours, and you can have 10 minutes break if you want to. And if you don't want to, you can continue your test if you it's okay with you, but if you need to use a bathroom or something like that, you got 10 minutes to break, then come back for it. And they stop your time for that. And then there are there are roughly 50 to 55 questions for it. Includes one extended written response to reading passages. 45 minutes for that. In math, 1 hour and 55 minutes. There's no break. Roughly 40 to 45 questions. In 5 questions or 7, I think mine was 5. There are 5 questions in the beginning. The first part is you're not allowed to use the calculator. And then for the questions, you can use your calculator. Your Texas Instrument calculator. And I'll remind you, if you forget your I will remind you that if you forget your calculator, there is a calculator on the top of the screen on the computer. You can use that. But for me, it was easier for me to bring my own, because the one in the computer, it's hard to figure it out. You need to familiarize it first. So it's easier to bring your own calculator for that, for the math. In social studies, 1.5 hours. Oh, that was before they erased the. That was before they removed the extended response. Now they took away the extended response, so I think it's gonna minus 25 minutes. In science, it's not a very long test. It's roughly 30 to 35 questions, but there are 2 short answer. There are 2 short answer in science, so that takes 10 minutes each. 1.5 hours for science. 10 minutes for each short answer. There are 2, so that's 20 minutes in all. In the 4 subjects, there are multiple choices answers, fill in the blank answer, drag and drop answer, drop down, and short answer for the science. Okay, the number 4 questions that I got recently is the actual GED test easier than the practice test and GED class program? I think it's 70% easier. Well, I studied more time. I spent 1 year of studying it. It was not continuous studying it, but if you just read a little bit every day. I used to wake up very early in the morning, like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, to study a little bit of it, like 10 to 20 minutes. I think it's easier. It's just you will just relax, don't panic yourself. There are enough easy questions to pass the test, actually, but if you really want to have a high score, then you will study a lot more than that. You will study more. Number 5 questions. If I pass the practice test, does it mean I can pass the actual test? The answer is yes. For me, is yes. I mean, I didn't even pass all the practice tests that I've been through. That's why in English I was very surprised of myself, because the practice test was a lot harder to understand. The passages, reading the passages, and then it's hard for me to get the right answer, to get easy questions for myself, easy questions in that time. So I just like to say that just relax and enjoy your test. That if you just relax and enjoy your test, you will not get nervous, and your brain will focus on the test, and you will not get nervous. You'll be more likely to answer the questions right, and answer it quicker than when you get nervous. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching my video. I am doing this video to improve my English and more on helping other people that would like to take the GED test. So good luck to you guys, and have fun in your study and the test. Bye! See you soon!